Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Is social media dangerous for your child? Or does it help your child gain useful information? So yes, today I, Sheza Shefeer, has the opportunity to tell you all whether social media influences your child and you, good or bad, especially teenagers. It is easy to use social media. With just a tap of your fingers, you get what you need. But that's where the twist comes. In the olden days, when you want to know the answer for a question, you use your critical thinking. You try to find out the answer. You just go through books that is based on the topic. You ask your friends whether, do you know the answer of this topic? Do you know the answer of the question? But now, it's of no use. We just use our mobile phones, just tap. Oh yeah, what is this? What is that? Then you get the answer. So that's where your ability to think, your ability to find out decreases. It also affects your learning skills. So for an example, if I'm in the middle of a conversation with my friend, in the phone of course, through texting, and my mother calls me, Sheza, it's time for study. And then if I go for studying, do you think I'll be concentrating on the studying? Well, in my case, no. I would be thinking, oh yeah, she told me this, she told me that. Wait, I could have replied to her like that. So, in my situation, I don't thoroughly focus fully on studies because half of my mind, at least half, would be on that. And also, social interaction with each other decreases. When you text, it's easy for you to show your expressions. You have emojis. Whether you want to cry out loud, you can just use that emoji. But when you're talking to a person, you don't do that. Just tell her, yes, I'm sad. So what happens here is the interaction between one another decreases. You become more silent. You become more isolated, so lonely. And not only that, despite the negative facts, social media also keep us on track of the trend. Yes, you may know this is the new trend. Or there are accounts which gives you hadiths day by day or remind you of the good deeds one can do within 5 minutes. So everything has its own demerits and merits. Well, the important thing in my session today is, while using social media, you need a password. So, through researchers, most of the passwords are 1234, ABCD, ZYX, or from the numbers at the end. Well, let me tell you that are the most common passwords used worldwide. So, and there are these passwords, the word password itself, PWD or the whole word. But let me tell you, it is the most common passwords. And there is this man, he shares his experience. He goes on with, just a few months ago, I was hacked. And he tells his password was pretty difficult, but he was hacked. Now, this hacker is not just a silly one. He's a well-experienced and expert hacker. So what this hacker does is, not only does he hack his account, but changes his password. Now that's where the trouble comes. He changes his password, so now the real user cannot log in. Now this man tells his private information, personal details, friends, numbers, accounts, addresses, all the things are being exposed to this hacker. Now the main thing is, this hacker can blackmail. So obviously he can call him and say, if you don't do that, or if you won't give me this sum of money within this time, I'm going to expose your whole information to outsiders. So now that's where the twist turns. Now you're in trouble. You can't complain to the police because you have no guarantee that even if you complain to the police, he would have exposed it or not. Or he might even cheat you, even after paying a big sum of money. How are you so sure he won't cheat you? So that's where it comes. Now, going through the social media, through the researches by Greenfield, UCLA Development, they say that social media actually influences your children bad. I'm being so frankly, it influences your children bad. Now, there are accounts and Instagrams, but you need to know one thing. They all need not be the same thing. Because when you use social media, you see other people's images, you see other posts, and you feel like, oh, I wish if I could be like her. I wish if I could be like him. She has a beautiful face. He has a really good looking muscle. Now, that's where you're being depressed. Your anxiety increases. Moreover, not confident. You feel so ashamed of your body. Now, please, don't take this as if something, it's said to be frankly, but this is serious. It's happening worldwide. It's becoming a threat. Now, not in this case, but so many researchers tell that social media is jeopardy, means loss, harm, failure. So this going on tragedy is increasing and it even leads to death. As I said before, when you tell him or her, I'll expose this detail, due to fear, he or she can suicide because those information might be too personal. I would like to conclude my speech with an important note. Social media, the thing itself isn't bad. It's the users. It depends upon the users. So if I use it in a negative way, it affects me negatively. If I use it in a positive way, trying to follow all the Muslim sheikhs who gives me hadiths, good deeds, they remind me, oh, you have to, do dhikr, astaghfirullah, 100 times a day. Those things, it actually comes in your phone. So there are accounts. So when I do that, it actually benefits me in akhirah and dunya. So it depends upon the user. So when you blame on social media saying, oh my God, social media is so bad, it's actually the user using it. It's not social media. You can use social media, it's nothing bad. You can interact with friends, but sometimes you just cross the limit and that's where the trouble comes. Thank you.